Hello everyone and welcome to Online Guitar. In this chapter we'll be going over the second string and the notes are B, C, and D. We'll be learning how to combine these notes with the notes that we learned on the previous chapter, and we'll be learning our first few songs together. So grab your guitars and let's get ready to begin. Okay, so we are looking at the second string now. We have the notes B, C, and D. Before we begin, I would like to mention that in this position, if it is difficult for you to keep your thumb behind the neck of the guitar, it's not a very big deal. That's more so valid when you're holding the guitar up like this, like for classical music. But it is important to try and keep it down when you are stretching your hand, when you are trying to reach different parts of the guitar. Keeping it clenched like this isn't good. It can come out a little bit, but just as long as it doesn't hinder your chord placement when you make chords, triads, things like that. We need to be playing with the tips of our fingers. If we play a little too flat, you'll notice that we can get the note C, sure. But if I would play an E, I'm no longer getting that note. That's because I'm too flat and the skin, this part of my finger is touching that string. When that's touching the string, it's obstructing the string and hindering it from making a proper sound. So you need to arch your hand a little bit like this. And in case you would have been playing a chord, your finger would have been arched enough in order to get both strings, both the open string and the second string, to sound properly. So we'll start off with number 9. We have the same notes as in the last chapter. That's open string, 1st fret, and 3rd fret. Okay, you'll also notice that we have the number 1, number 3 next to these notes. Number 1 is telling us that we're playing with our index finger. Number 3 is telling us that we are playing with the 3rd finger, our ring finger. So we can start off with this exercise. 2, 3, 4. Hold the finger down. Very good. So that was an easy one. Number 10 is easy as well. It's actually virtually the same thing. You are just playing half notes this time, so every two beats you will be playing another note. We will begin this exercise now. Hold down the finger. 4. Okay, very good. We are going to number 11 of pretty much the same thing, just quarter notes. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now we will start varying, adding some variations on number 12. The fingers are still there for you to see which ones to use, although it's pretty obvious. It's anytime you're on the 1st fret, you're using the 1st one. Anytime you're on the 3rd fret, you're using the 3rd. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so number 13, we are now combining variations with half notes and even the whole note at the end. So let's play this one together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know all the notes from B to G. We have 3 notes on the second string, 3 notes on the first string, and all are on the same frets as well. These will be whole notes, so this exercise will be pretty easy, and we'll be combining the 2 strings now. Whenever you see notes on the second line, like that, those are the notes on the second string, and notes on the first line will be on the first string. Let's play this one together. Watch if you need to. Very good. Now we'll be combining all these notes that we learned so far and playing some tunes and some other exercises. Let's give number 15 a go. 2, 3, 4. Very good. Now we have number 16, Mary Had a Little Lamb. The uppercase letters above the tab indicate what chord can be played during the measure either by a teacher or another student. So what's that referring to? We're referring to these letters, C, G, C, G, C. Okay. Notice that some measures don't have a letter above them. That's because you're just continuing with the same chord that you were playing. So this is a C major. That means C is playing all the way till G. Then G plays till C. Then C, nothing here, so C keeps playing until here. And then finally it changes back to C at the end. So basically a C chord looks like this. A G chord can look like this, or like this, or like this, or like that. There's multiple ways to play a chord. So you will hear chords in the back. There will be a guitar playing them in the back within the program, and that will accompany us for this exercise. Sometimes the fingering is obvious and doesn't need notation. So because we said finger 3 is always on fret 3, finger 1 is always on fret 1, there's no point of writing that down everywhere we go. So in notated music, you will find that when the finger is obvious like that, you won't even see it notated. Or you will see it notated for a little bit and then it will disappear, the notation. 1, 2, 3, 4. The number 1 is your index finger, number 2 is your middle. We don't have that yet. Number 3 is the ring, and number 4 would be the pinky. Talking about these numbers that pop up next to the notes on the score. Let's go to 17 and quickly talk about some of the fingering that we are looking at up here. We have the number 2 over here. Okay, so that's our middle finger. So that's why are we using our middle if it's the first fret? Okay, well, sometimes context is very important, and in this case the next note is also the first fret but on a different string. So in this case it's actually not recommended to just jump with the same finger. Okay, notice that? Okay, those are actual pull-offs. You can create noise when moving. So in this case, you'd rather put the adjacent finger. So if we start with our index here, we don't have an adjacent finger to move to this one. But if we start with our middle here, our adjacent finger is our index. It lands nicely in place. and they can play around there without getting in each other's way. Now, another thing that's important is that when you're moving from one string to another one, you don't have to fully take off your hand or anything like that. You can keep your hand down. You can keep your finger down. Just release the pressure rather than doing that. Just release the pressure. This might take some time to master, but it is something worth noting there. So this section here, you need the second finger to the first. That's why I notated it in the score. Now over here you have the same situation. You have index to second finger between those same two strings on the same fret, and back to that, which is what we just literally what I just showed. Then we have the third finger here. The third is obvious, but because it's coming from a section that's not necessarily obvious, we want to just mention, just to be safe, that you're back to regular position, third fret, third finger. Then we go back to index here. That's normal, but it's notated here because now finger 2 comes here again. So we need to notate all of that. Then back to regular position with finger 3, but this time on the second string. Okay, there's no other 3 in sight, so we're okay. These ones technically don't have to be notated, but just for the sake of this chapter being easy and everyone seeing what fingers to use, I left them there. So we have the third fret and the first, third finger and the first finger, so that's normal. And then here is where we have the third finger going to the third fret and then back. So we don't want to jump with that finger back and forth. We want to keep down the third finger. Our adjacent finger, in this case going down the string, is our pinky, right? It's not our middle. We're not going like that. Our pinky is next in line. So our pinky is the only one that makes sense to be used in that circumstance. Then we go back to the 3, and then we're back in regular position. So here you don't have any notations for the fingers. If you don't have notations, you know they are just regular position, same finger number as the fret. Okay, so we will try this at 60 beats per minute first. Okay, so this is a more difficult exercise. There's lots of movement. Do practice this alone without the music before we do it together now. Okay, so if you've practiced it, let's try it together now at 60. 3, 4. Good. Couple of things. You probably will have your notes ringing on top of each other. The notes are not supposed to ring on top of each other. Sometimes they sound nice when they do. In this case, you should be trying to mute the previous note before getting to the current note. Naturally for me, I use a finger to just lightly touch it. If you do want to focus on this, then that's the left hand way. The right hand way is just stop it with your right hand You can even use your finger to block the bottom string because your pick has to stay up when you're going back up. So here I'm blocking with my thumb. This note comes down. I can block with my finger and I can play that one again. So that's an example. Okay, so now we are going to Down by the River. Let's take a look at it together, and I'm gonna leave the beats per minute on 60. Okay, so we can focus on the notes, getting them right. 3, 4. Alright, for a bit of a challenge, we can try this at 80 beats per minute. Okay, very good. Let's go to our final test. I know this is a very popular one, and many books actually do use this one. We'll have the pleasure of playing it with a backing track, which is just the guitar playing these chords in the back. It's Ode to Joy by Beethoven. There's nothing much going on difficult in terms of fingering, except for measure 78 here, where we have our third finger, regular third finger, that's why it's not notated, and adjacent fourth finger, pinky. Okay, going from 3 to 3. Okay. Good, and now we're gonna try it at 80 beats per minute just to have some more fun with it. Same idea. Very good, and we have a bonus for you guys. We will actually try this at 100 now without me or without the guitar in the song. All you will be hearing is the backing track. Okay, so the backing guitar, you will hear that, and the metronome at 100 beats per minute. So let's see how you do on that. Have fun. And we're done. Congratulations, we got to the end of the second chapter where we just combined two strings together to play your first tunes. If you're still having trouble with this, you can always go back and replay the video. For lessons, visit onlineguitar.ca and leave a message, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible with your first free class. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.